Okay, we've got this picture and this one. We've got them scanned in. So we're going to copy this. I'm going to put this as a new layer on top of this, and we'll get it lined up. See if we can get it to line up here. Hopefully we can do it without without having to rotate it, but these lines will also help with the rotation. Come on, there we go. Let's see, actually I want to take that and then put it there, right? Wow. That's fairly decent. I mean, it's not awesome. It's not awesome, but I mean, it's somewhat of a resemblance. So if we look here, this will give me a reference though as far as what I need to correct and stuff. So it looks like I did really well in the eyes. Let's see. Let's go like this. If we go like this. Yeah, see, there's a few things I'm going to need to get. I mean, I've got the outline of the eyes, but I'm going to need to get this little spot. Let me see. I don't think you guys can see the cursor here. I don't think there's a cursor capture in there. But yeah, if you look at the eye in the center here, right above the cross, watch as we flip back and forth. So the top of the eye, let me see, is there, put in a new layer. Actually, let's do a new raster layer. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, if we look at like right here, if you look at that spot on there versus there, so yeah, the top of the eyelid is going to need to be flat and stuff. But this will give me some better reference as to what I need to correct here. Let's see, we can come down, bring down the opacity. Come on. Why is this still... Why is it still not... What is it doing? Oh, it's because I'm on raster 2, that's why. Never mind. Do this. So yeah, I've got to basically do... My line goes too high. But yeah, what I can do is I can figure out what all of these... So yeah, my line needs to go like this. It needs to go like this. Yeah. And there we go. Yeah, see, because that's the top of the line. So I just need to flatten that a little bit and that kind of stuff. And so, yeah, I can look at where all these, are different. And so, yeah, I've got different curves here. I've got different starting ending points. So, yeah, there's a few things I need to get the proportions of. This, look at that, the nostril. I think I nailed the nostril, didn't I? Tearing up them nostrils, huh? And I got, this was really good. So this is what I need to do that. So what I can do is I can basically, I can probably even print this out and use this as a reference for my reference. So just little things like, you know, I need to bring this down a little bit further. I need to bring this up a little bit more. And then these lines. So yeah, that whole thing. And it looks like I brought it up a little bit too high. That's why it looked different. But yeah, overall, I mean, it's not horrible as far as, you know, comparison. Yeah, it's just a few. I mean, it's not meant to be photorealistic anyway. So yeah. But anyway, we're gonna continue on this and see what all I can get fixed. and finish up the face here. Okay, here we go. We've got all of this stuff here, as you can see. So we've got some details that are off a little bit, and I'm going to try to get those fixed up a little bit. And we'll see how much of that we can do here. And so we've got, we'll start with these, I suppose. We can start at the top maybe. And so this just needs to come down a little bit, is all. A tiny bit. I mean, that is what? A pencil width? Not sure if that's even going to be worth the trouble, but let's see. We're going to go about from here, because yeah, it's up like that. See if we can bring this down a little bit, flatten it out just a tiny bit. There we go, and this is going to come down like a pencil width. So I'm going to go here. Now the trick here is that with the pencil, the closer to the end you hold it, the more accurate you can be, but the less control you have over pressure, how hard it's pushing. With this, you have a lot more control over how much pressure you're putting on it, but you're also not nearly as accurate. And so I think we're just going to keep this sideways because I'm going to need to do this line downward. And I can't move the paper farther down than this because I'm going to have the end hanging over the edge of the table, and you do not want to hang the edge of your paper over a ledge because you'll crease it, and you crease your paper and your drawing is forever ruined like that. So this is going to be this has to be up higher. So, and it's what, maybe 3 widths of this, so it needs to be up about here and to here, right? So that needs to be there, and then this one needs to be same angle. You know what, these are also going like this. So these lines are going on this angle here. So I need to do the same thing over here. So yeah, let's bring this over this way a little bit. And this one is going to be up about a quarter of the way to that one. And it's going to come over farther. Like that. Okay, now we can hopefully get rid of this. There we go. Get rid of that without touching the other one. Get rid of the lower ones. There we go. Let's see if we can get rid of this little dot right here. I don't know if you can even see that dot. I don't think you can on there. But there's a tiny little dot right there. Okay. Now we can go like that. Okay. So we have that. The next thing is the glasses here, and I also need to add in the glasses here. I need to remember to bring this down because my view is all zoomed in. So we need to get the top of the glasses here, and we also need to get the eyebrow in here. So let's get the top of the glasses. Let's see if we can do this. So it's going to be in the middle, it's really low. So this is going to come just barely over the top of that. I also need to get the eyebrow in there. So let's see. Need to put my blocker paper on here so I don't get in trouble with that too. I don't smear stuff. So this is going to come out, and I'm not sure if you guys are going to be able to see it anymore, but I'm just going to lighten this line up first with the kneadable eraser here. This thing is basically like plasticine, and you don't even need to rub with it. It just kind of uses like static electricity to pick up the graphite pieces. So, and then it, I don't know if you can see that on there, but yeah, it just picks it up and pulls it in there. So we're going to go a little bit flatter here, like this, and this is going to come up and then go still gonna it's still gonna arch a little bit like that. I think the wrong, can you see my finger quotes? I think the wrong one actually looked better, to be honest. I don't know if it's just the scale or what, but this down here comes up to there and then curves out. Oh, you know what? That's why, because I'm doing this backwards. I'm thinking that I need to bring it lower, but I need to bring it higher. Duh. So let's get rid of this. And this was correct. So we need to come up higher. And then this is going to come up a little bit and arch around like that. Let's get it smoothed out here, thinned out. Come up this way. And then almost a curve right there in the corner. There we go. Much better. This was correct. Top of the eye was good there. Okay, and then let's see here. We want to get this eyebrow up here. And actually, I don't want to do it off of this reference, because that reference is the wrong scale. I'm gonna get the scale all messed up if I do that. So I need to go like this. This is gonna extend that line there and come up like that. Okay. And I mean, that's not gonna be a solid patch anyway. That's just gonna be the area where the hairs are. So it's not that critical as much. And then this is going to kind of follow that up. So like that. And then we're going to go kind of the same thing up here. And then we're going to go on this angle. And then it's going to be about blocking here. So this little peak right here is going to be just past the corner, about halfway between the corner of the eye and the edge of the pupil. It's going to be where that, so it's going to peak about there. And it's going to be about that long. Okay, yeah. It's fairly close. And this is going to come up like this. So the eyebrows are going to be about like that. And I think there was another line that we were missing here too. Let me see. Yeah, this line right here, this nostril and this line, we're going to have to put in. But let's get the rest of these all fixed first, and then we can use that. We can get this line added in after we've got everything else more accurately placed. And so if you look at this paper now, I'm not sure if you'll be able to, you can see it right here and here. There are creases in this paper, which is not my drawing paper. That's the paper that I'm using. That's this paper that I'm using to protect the paper. But yeah, you can see there's creases in it already. So, yeah, because I let it hang over the edge, and that's fine. But I just wanted to show you guys what I meant by the paper creasing. So we need to get this line is accurate mostly. It just needs to come up a little bit. So this meeting point down here, we're going to lighten this up. And you guys probably won't be able to see it. So we're going to raise the meeting point up to here. And then it's going to come in more. Let's see, it's going to come out there, but then it's going to come in more this way. There. And let me sharpen this too. There we go. We've got this piece, ours comes way lower. This needs to come up way higher. So let's clean this up here. Lighten this up. And so this is going to be out this way from here up to here. And then it's going to come back down to just above where that was. So from there to there. And so when I was looking at the other one, it looked like I had nailed the nostrils, but actually I had these cross lines. They weren't exactly over each other, so actually I did not have it. I had it too high. So we're going to move all of this. We're going to lighten all of this up. So I don't know if you can see that on, yeah, you can see it on there now. It picked up all that graphite and it's on the end of the thingy. Let's see if this will, no, that just overblows it completely. Okay, never mind. Alright, let's go like, this is going to be higher up. So like this. And that's going to be flat on the bottom. And then this came in really small. So this has to go out this way. And then down to here. So that's going to come out like this. I think that's better. And then this is going to come out over here, and it's going to hit at about the same spot, but it's going to come out from here. And then this line here needs to be from like that. There we go. And this comes up to here. Okay, so we've got this, we had to move this up, and we moved this. I haven't done this yet. And then we've got this line here. So that needs to come up farther from there. So we're going to take this out, this old piece out. Now the nice thing about this kneadable eraser is you can make it razor thin for picking up a tiny line. Okay, so that's going to come up to there. And then it's going to come up. This whole curve needs to change. So if you look at this curve, we're way lower and everything. Get that out of there. Okay, so that's going to be up here, and the curve is going to come up to here. And then it's going to crisscross there on the old one. And the bottom of it is going to be way up from there. So like here. So this curve is going to go like this. This is going to be coming this way. Down like that. This is going to be over, more horizontal. Get that out of there. Try this again. It needs to go through those 3 points, but it needs to be a more natural curve. There we go. Okay. And then that's going to come up to about there. Yeah. I know these are like tiny little details that probably won't be noticed for the most part, but I want to try to get the face as accurate as possible. Let's see. And then these glasses need to be higher. This line on the glasses needs to be higher. I'm not sure if I even want to move the ear, but the ear is smaller on the bottom, so I can do that. This needs to be about up to here, and then come up to there, like that. So we get the bigger, I mean, his ear might look like that in another 30 years, because cartilage keeps growing. Right. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Got that. This needs to come up higher. The ear itself needs to be a little bit higher. So let's see if we can get this curve worked out. So we'll leave the old one on there. Because it's like a pencil width. It's not really that going to be that much of a difference, even proportion wise, but we're going to come up about like this. and then more vertical. This part out here is more vertical. And let's take this little slice out here. So this part is a little bit more vertical. So like that. And then this part is going to be up here more to here. There we go. And then this is going to come down that way. Okay. Now, this part here is way down farther too. So let's see if we can. Now, another way you can do this, you can also use this eraser like this, these soft erasers. If you have a really hard eraser, which honestly I don't want that often, I don't want to damage the paper. I believe it's called the tooth of the paper, the little fibers overlapping each other and stuff like this. It's like you don't want to smash those or break them or anything. So we're just going to do this, and we're not even going to rub, we're just going to tap, and it'll pick up the excess. So as you can see on there, maybe, yeah, now you can see on there. Focus. Not much depth of field on this. Okay, so we're going to do, this is going to come up, it was about middle. Okay, so it's pretty much the right shape, it's just needs to be moved vertically. And there. Okay, so now I need to actually do this. So it's going to come out that way. And it goes out there more. Let's get this again. There we go. Okay. So now we can get rid of these little bits on the side and the middle and all that stuff. You can also clean up this here. Okay. So I think we've got this and this. We could, oh, we need to round this part out a little bit more. So it needs to come out. Okay, so we'll do this. Or as they would say in Canada, it needs to come out. Yeah, it needs to come out a little bit, eh? There. I think that's going to look better anyway. And let me see here. I think the glasses are fine as they are. I don't think we're going to get an improvement on that. The other line I need to do is this one right here. So that's going to come from see, put this in here. That's going to come from just over that line. So from right here to it's vertical and about a pencil width away from, let's see, I can't really get a good shadow there. It's vertical from this spot right here in the eye. So we're going to go there, and it's below this. So about there. And then it's going to come up this way, and it's going to come out like that. Okay, and then the nose here, we still have stuff to do on this. We still have to do this little thing, but let's get the mouth fixed first, because that is out of place. So the mouth needs to be moved up. On this side, it needs to be moved up to about here, and then on the other side, it needs to be moved up to about there. Okay. But other than that, it's pretty much parallel to the old one. There we go. Okay. Yeah, if I do this for the whole drawing, it's going to take like 20 hours to finish it. Just to get the all the lines on it. But I think once we get to the armor, I'm not going to need that level of precision. And I'm going to take a minute here. I'll be right back. Okay. So next we have, let's see, we could probably even make this invisible now. Leave this line here. And now we need to get this thing here. So I need to use this one. Use this reference. Let's see what we've got here. So it's just going to be this tiny little hop right there. And then this end here is just going to be about the same distance from there. Is that right? Yeah. So that it's going to come up to our little loop. And it's going to come down. Is that angle? There we go. Okay. So we've got that. The other thing we need in here is these. The little, they're not going to be so pronounced in the drawing. When we shade all this in, these lines aren't going to be in the drawing when they're done, by the way. We're not doing a cartoon, comic, whatever, comic strip drawing. But it's just a reference point for where things need to be shaded and stuff. So that's going to be over the eye there, and it's going to come to there. And then this one is going to be from about there. Going to come over the eye, stay about halfway between the eye and the glasses, and then it's going to come out to there. There we go. And let's get rid of this little thing here. There we go. Okay, next, let's see, this line here, so that's, if you look closely, you can see that's this point here, and that needs to come up to there. And then this is going to be considerably higher. I'm not sure why. Let's see what's going on here. So from here from there to there, from the origin to that line, we have the origin to that line. Yeah, I'm not sure how that got so much lower, but that's right there. And so that's going to come across almost, if you look here, compared to our other line, this is going to come across almost horizontally, and then that's going to cross over here. That's fine. And then this whole thing is going to come in. So from here, it's just a completely different angle. It's where it starts separating off. Let's do this. Soften that up. There we go. And I don't know if, yeah, you guys can barely see that maybe. Okay, so we're going to come across in more, and this is going to taper out until it goes like that. And again, this is not going to be a hard edge either. This is just the edge of the beard. I mean, he's got, let's look at the photo here. I mean, this is going to be his beard and everything. So it's not a precise, there's no precise line here. I mean, as you see, none of these things are precise lines that I'm drawing on here. The closest is this little fold on the top of the eye here. But even like these things, the little lines on his forehead, you can't even see them in that picture. I printed this out in different contrasts and stuff for that reason, because that way you can see different details show up. But yeah, you see what I mean. So, and then, so this here is going to be the hairline and stuff. But anyway, we have that. We can get rid of this. And so I'm not sure, I need to recheck this distance here as well. So let's go like this. That's going to be the origin, and that line are going to be inside. Yeah, I'm not sure how those got so much longer. It happens though. Okay, so we're gonna, that's going to be that crossing there. This is why you double check things and stuff too. If you want your, if you care about the little details like that of your drawing, that is. Okay. So the other thing we're going to do is, because I think we've got, I think the head is actually good now. I mean, I think the face is a pretty good resemblance. Let's put them right side up for a minute, just so that we can see them. It's too bad we can't fold this over. But yeah, I think those are really, I think those are very, very close. And then we're going to have to, when we do the eyes, I'm not going to worry about that now, but when we do the eyes, obviously the top of this eye is underneath the eyelid, top of the iris, as you see here. It's not rounded like that. So that's going to change, but that's not something we're going to mess with here. And I don't know if I showed you guys this before, but this stuff, this paper here, so this stuff here is 22 pound. The stuff that it's printed on is 22 pound. So you can see the difference between these two This is like cardstock. It's Strathmore 300 Bristol. It's like drawing paper, portrait paper, whatever they call it. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that this is a little bit nicer paper for doing this stuff. But anyway, we're going to get this. We're going to get this thing figured out here. So this meets, let me see, if I put that parallel here, yeah, okay. If I put this parallel on this line, then this is going to point to the intersection. Yeah, when this, so when this is parallel with this line, the point where this intersects with that line is where our thing is. Okay, if we go like that, and so it's going to be about right. In my other hand, I'm not going to be able to do that lefty. It's about right there. And the other thing you can do with that is you can go vertically here. You can go vertically and go, okay, it's, you know, it's not the corner of the eye, it's not the iris, it's most of the way. It's almost at the iris. So we can come down this way and see the same thing, because that's our dot right there. Okay, so that's where this comes out, and it's going to do this and then come out this way. And then this is going to be a smooth curve. So why don't we get this coming across here. This is going to be at this angle, right? This angle. And that's going to come all the way out to here. There we go. And then the other side, we'll see if we can get some of this collar and stuff. So we need to find that point there. Let's see what we can do. As far as where's that going to be in relation to other things, that point is going to be vertical from the edge. That point's going to be straight down from the edge of the hair here. Let's see. Is that right? It's going to be out from it a little bit. It's going to be vertical from where the ear meets the hair. So we're going to go like this. Ear meets the hair. It's going to come down this way, so somewhere down here, and then horizontally it's going to be, we don't really have a reference there, do we? Okay, so I guess we can get an angle for it. Let's see if we can find an angle here. We mark this crosses the origin, come down a little bit more, So if that's on the origin, there we go. Yeah, if that's on the origin, that's going to be that line. Okay, it's going to intersect it there. So we're going to put this on the origin, and our point should be about right here. About right there. So get rid of these. So this is how you get your proportions. If you want to get your proportions done, see, this is going to come down and then curve. Down and then curve, right? And then that's going to come around this way. Let me see, put this the same angle so I can see what I'm looking at. Yeah, it's just going to go like this. There we go. Okay. We've got, what's next here? Just trying to figure out what we're going to do next. Maybe we can get this point and bring this down. So let's do, let me see here, like that. And this can be from that point there. Yep, so that's that. And that's going to come up a little bit. Okay. So this is going to come out and then down. Pretty much a straight line. And this is going to come up here to that point. Let's see if we can. Yep, we're pretty close. This is going to go up more and then across. Let's erase this line. Needs to come up and then go across. There we go. And then this is going to come down and be a big sweeping thing. So we need to find maybe this is going to come down and sweep. So we need to find maybe this point here. Maybe we can go from here. So that's on the outside. Let's see, let's get these like that. Why does it seem like it's farther down? What am I missing here? I did something wrong here. I have this line. I don't have this line. Yeah, I got this line coming out of the wrong place. I'm an idiot. That line's coming out of here. So let's try this again. This is why you draw lightly with a soft pencil. So that's going to be here. That's going to come up and out to there. So yeah, that's going to be out here a little bit and then come down. It's going to come up, and then let's do this again. So it looks like about right there. Yeah, and go like this. Still not there. Let's see. I guess it's outside of those. Okay. Yeah, it needs to be down farther. So this is going to come down. This is going to come down to here. It's going to zig back a little bit. And then it's going to come down to, we need to find this intersection here. And this doesn't, again, this doesn't need to be so ridiculously accurate like the other measurements were. So that's going to be there and there. There. About there. So this is going to come down here. There we go. We're going to have our little thingy come up. Let's see. This thing here, we're going to have that come up about that far. And then this is going to be below the nose. So that's going to be about here somewhere. This is going to come across and then up. It's going to come down to about there, yeah. And that's going to come out. Okay, so we can probably find this line here. Basically, we'll just try to get these, we'll try to follow these concentric lines out. And the other thing we want to do, yeah, once we get that, we can do that line. Once we get this ring here, we can do this loop and this line, etc., and work our way down through all the lines, because then they should be within proportion to each other. Now the other thing you can do with the divider is you can do certain things like you know, here this is the distance between the eyes, and you can go, okay, the distance between the eyes matches you know, the width of this thing, which that's actually pretty cool that it does. See that? The width of this thing is the same as the width of the eyes. So however big you're drawing this thing, you know, now when you do that down here, you're going to want to have the same, you know, the same width on this. So, and just certain things like that, like, you know, the distance from this to this is, et cetera, from the eye to the ear. You know, you can use different distances on the face, for example, once you've got it all proportioned in, to help, you know, fix your distances in other places. But with the armor, again, it's not super critical. So what I want to get is, I want to get this point here and this point here. I want to get these 2 points. And so maybe we can do, we can go up from here. It's actually already there. Okay, so that's going to be the top point. So on here, that's going to be the top point. And the bottom point is going to be about there. Okay. And then that's going to come out, let's see, horizontally from this point. It's going to come out to here. So it's going to pass through this point here. Come out. It's pretty much close to vertical at that point. There we go. Got that. And this is going to come down to, let me see, I want to get this point here too. So about like that. Is that right? It's from there. It's from that point to about here. Okay. So this is going to come across about that far. And then it's going to go up and come around that way. This is going to meet up here, and this is also going to split off there, and we'll figure that out in a minute. But let's get this other piece. This other piece is going to, I want to find this end point here. So we're going to go like this. It's going to be a fairly similar thickness all the way through. This just looks like it's too thick up there. So bring that down like this. This is the part I skipped in the last drawing because it's really long and drawn out. I just did all the shading last time on the videos, but I figured I'd do the whole thing. I didn't actually think about I didn't actually think about recording it until I was that far along, and then I decided it might be kind of cool to do that. And let me clean off my eraser here. Get all this stuff cleaned off here. So we've got a lot of, we can get this little piece right here, maybe. Let's see. Can do that. Does that come as low? It doesn't come as low. It's almost as low, but not quite. So we're gonna a little bit higher, and then this come. What even is that? So this is this piece. can't even tell what that is. I'm going to have to look. Now the other thing I have, this is the paper reference. I also have a full color drawing on the laptop that I can put on the laptop or the tablet, and I can stick the tablet right up just off camera here that I can look at to see the details, and I can even zoom in and everything. So this is like the flashlight and stuff that sticks off the side. So we've got this, and then this comes off here, and goes across. So why don't we find maybe this point here. I think we can use this divider. I like this divider. It's a little bit easier to adjust with one hand. So we're going to be basically midway on the neck part there and horizontal, so about there. That's that part. And then it's going to come out this way. We're going to go like this. There. And then this is actually going to come down here. What is that piece right there? That is this right here. Okay, so that's not super important. Okay, I think we'll get this other side of the shoulder here. So let me see here. That's going to be, from here, it's going to be up a little bit. And that's going to come up like this. And this is just going to be a little round because that's the top of this piece right here. And then this is going to come out a little bit farther here. And it's going to be a similar, except it's going to be like that. There we go. Okay, and then on the end of this, we have our little flashlight here. That's what this is. So we have and that's going to go all the way across. Let's get the width of that. Like that. So from there to there. And that's going to come across that way. Okay. Go like this. And that. There we go. All right. So that's, I think that's going to be it for this part. I think this is part 3. But yeah, that's going to be it for this one. We're going to continue getting the rest of these lines. I'm not sure. I think I might be able to get the rest of these lines in one session, maybe. Maybe because, like I said, they're not as critical. But yeah, we can probably get a bunch more of those. And then I will title these so that you can tell, you know, if you're bored with this part but you want to watch the shading, you know, that kind of thing, you just want to watch the shading or whatever, then that's fine. And so I will there we go, I will you know, title these so that you can tell what's going on in which episodes and stuff, just in case. I mean, if you just want to skim through and see what the technique is and everything, I doubt that anybody that's doing that is actually going to be watching this particular part of this video. But yeah, I'll try to do that for that purpose. But anyway, that's going to be it for this one. We'll see you guys in the next video. Later.